Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. In today's video is me sharing my opinion of the and my experience with the UFC 4 beta gameplay, and I am just not happy with certain things in certain areas that I'm going to be talking about. One of the main things I'm going to talk about now is the submission mini game. So let's say 2 years, the last two UFCs, right, have been the same, okay, and they've been trying to find a way for submissions not to be too overpowered and then again not to be useless. So they tried building something up, and they've obviously in the UFC beta have tried something new. It didn't work for WWE, it's not going to work for UFC. They need to scrap that idea, scrap their recent idea, and just get rid of it. The reasons I'm being so negative is because the game's out in 3 weeks' time, and I don't understand how they're going to change so much. Because my other opinion of it is of the game, it's really, really arcadey. I think I don't know how to put this in a way, but let's say you're playing with one fighter or that fighter, they all have the same the same references to that fighter, and I just don't know how they're going to change it in 3 weeks because this is EA we're talking about. Another thing I wanted to talk about was this, I was talking about it being a bit arcadey, and it's when you obviously stunt wobble someone and all this red comes around your screen. I just don't understand it. I don't understand if they're trying to go for the audience of kids when this game shouldn't be out under 12. It's a bit ridiculous. And to be honest, I'm not a fan of it. I don't think that should really be in the game. And the camera angle is alright. I see people complaining about it, but I don't really understand what else they can do with the camera angle. But I've got high hopes for career mode. I reckon that's gonna bang. I reckon that's gonna be so good because the jump from UFC 2 to UFC 3 was so class. It was that good. So I hope that they can do the same with the jump from UFC 3 to UFC 4. And I heard about there not being any Ultimate Team, and that's fine. I don't think anyone really played anyway. It was a bit confusing at the start, especially if you don't play Ultimate Team on FIFA or any other game. But I hope they sort this out. If you go onto Reddit, right, and just listen and read what other people are saying, it's coming across really bad. It's coming across bad, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope EA can find a way to fix this, because they should have probably just kept it next gen and spent more time on it. That's probably what they should have done, to be fair. But so for Jorge Masvidal, right, when you play with him, a reference will be used and it will be repeated every time you fight with him. But some things I do like about it, they got DC on commentary. I think that's pretty decent. I don't mind that. And when you're walking out, right, so you're doing your walkout, you're able to choose how you want to a posture or how you want to celebrate. I don't mind that too much. Yeah, it's probably actually unneeded, but it's alright. It does the job. It's nothing serious to be complaining about. I think the submissions, they really need to get that down. I don't understand what they can do, but it just needs to be better. And obviously, when you stunt all that red coming around your screen, I think it's just gonna ruin it. When you're trying to play competitively and seriously, it's gonna just annoy you that being there. I reckon. Well, it annoyed me being there because it was covering up half the screen. And I've had a look at the ground game, and honestly, being able to go to submission or ground and pound is ridiculous. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be like that. Honestly, the ground game should flow nicely. It should want people to take the fight to the floor with a big slam or this kind of takedown or something like that. I heard the clinches is so much better than it was on the last UFC, so I'm glad that's been changed. But yeah, I hope they fix it. It's I would describe the UFC 4 beta as UFC 3 arcadey. I think that's the way I'd go with it. I'm going to say the beta test at the moment is UFC 3, but just a bit more arcadish and a bit more childish. So honestly, I reckon if they sort out the submissions, they sort out that red thing, and just make the head movement a bit more better. I remember playing UFC 3 and thinking the beta was terrible, but then they changed. So actually, I kind of hope they do that as well for UFC 4. Because I remember UFC 2, and then I remember like actually trying to use actual combat on UFC 3 and how good that was. So I hope they could do it again. I hope UFC 4 will be good. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the beta. But yeah, alright, Deep Energy is out. I'll catch you guys later in a bit. Bye.